Hey guys, MR.TECH here, and today I'm going to be doing the official Galaxy S5 review. This is a full review on the Galaxy S5, and in my opinion, I think the Galaxy S5 looks better than the Galaxy S6, and many people disagree with me there, but I think the Galaxy S5 is better than the Galaxy S6 in some ways, but the overall winner is going to be the Galaxy S6, but the Galaxy S5 is going to be pulling off one hell of a fight, and it's not going to go down that easily. It's gonna give a really good fight, but at the end the Galaxy S6 is gonna win. But I believe the Galaxy S5 deserves a shot, so today I'm gonna be doing the full review on the Galaxy S5. So everything you're about to see in this video is final production, so there's nothing beta about this. Everything is final software. It's final Samsung, final phone, no hardware updates, no software updates. Well, yeah, Lollipop. I'm running Android Lollipop on top of the skin, so there is Android Lollipop on this thing. So yeah, as you can see, if I multitask, so I'm running Android Lollipop. But that said, let's go get the video started with. So the Galaxy S5 is one hell of a phone from 2014, but what can a 2014 phone do in 2015? Well, it can do a lot. First of all, the build quality, let's just start off with the build. So the build quality is very subpar compared to other flagships nowadays. There's no metal in the build whatsoever, so that could be a shame for some people, but it's full plastic, and what plastic does is it makes the phone super light. So that's why this phone is lighter than most other phones out there. And because it's plastic, it's a removable back. But removable back, that's nothing special, right? But in 2015, removable batteries are getting more and more rare as new and new flagships are coming out. So it's getting very rare. And if you notice, there's a gasket going around the Galaxy S5's shell, or the removable flimsy Samsung back. That gasket keeps it IP67 water and dust resistant, and you gotta make sure you pry the back on it every single side so it can be water resistant and dust proof, and there's also a flap to keep it water resistant. So that could be the epitome for some people with this phone, that flap. But let's stop talking about flaps and let's start talking about that camera. So yeah, what a weird transition. So, the Galaxy S5 sports a 16 megapixel camera. The best camera in 2014. Samsung can make a really good camera. And underneath that is the flash and heart rate sensor, which is tied into S-Health. And yes, S-Health is still a thing. You got this full leather material, this dimpled material, that I really like the feeling of it. On the side, you have this full metal look. Like, it looks like metal to some people, but to me, I can clearly tell it's plastic. You got Gorilla Glass 3 on the front with a 5.1 inch 1080p screen, the best 1080p screen out there, even in 2015 standards. Like, holy crap, that's one of the best 1080p. Like, if I told you this is Quad HD, you would have believed me, and at one point I thought this was Quad HD. So you got a 2 megapixel camera, selfie camera up front with a wide angle. You got your normal speakers, the calling speaker, and you got a home button / fingerprint sensor, which is not always good, as you can see. Like, it's very hard to open with one hand. Like, you have to go like this and then swipe down, and still that doesn't even work. So doing it with one hand is practically impossible. And I disabled my phone. So that's how bad the fingerprint sensor is. But you got your home or back button and your multitasking button, and on the top you have your IR port, which is great for controlling household appliances and also pranking some people. You got your 3.5mm headphone jack, which is IPC7, so water can flow no problem. And on the back you have a speaker that's rear facing, so HTC, you win this round. And you have a flap that covers the phone, so you have your USB 3.0 with an extra port, so you can plug in your micro USB in here, so it can charge faster, but this is fast charging enabled. So yeah, and you also have NFC, so Google Payments is going to be in here, but clearly the OnePlus One does not like NFC, so 2014 phone is better than 2015. This is OnePlus One. Damn OnePlus. Poor OnePlus. Like, I honestly don't care if the phone does not please people with its build, as long as the phone can perform. This phone can, believe me, it has a higher clock speed than 2015 flagships. It's snappier than the LG G4. So that's something to say. It has a 2.4 gigahertz Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 processor, which is snappier than the LG G4, a 2015 flagship with the Snapdragon 808. It doesn't have a Quad HD display unlike the Samsung Galaxy S6 or the LG G4 or most other flagships out there, but it still can pack one really big punch, and it challenges the LG G4. So if you're going to buy this phone and the LG G4, it's going to be one hell of a competition, and at the end, probably the Galaxy S5 is going to win. But if you want a 2014 flagship, that's a sacrifice for you. You're not going to get the latest specs, you're not going to get the latest fingerprint sensor. But speaking of fingerprint sensor, the G4 doesn't even have a fingerprint sensor. The Galaxy S5 does. But even if it's not the best one, it's still a fingerprint sensor. It's the ultimate way to lock your phone. And most phones don't have it. Fingerprint sensor is embedded in the home button, so it does make it a little bit more mushier. But still, I don't care. As long as it has a fingerprint sensor, I'm okay. But clearly it's not the best one. It worked there, but depends on which way you swipe it. So I honestly like the phone better. Like, I really love this phone. So if you're wondering what I said before about IP67 water and dust resistant, well, in the IP67, the 6 means completely dust resistant. So there will be no dust inside the build or inside the phone. But water resistant does not mean waterproof. Waterproofing is IP68. But IP67 means it could be water resistant up to, I believe, 10 meters and 30 minutes. So it's okay. Like, you can take a shower with it, but I really wouldn't recommend you doing with it. I really wouldn't recommend you diving with this phone. I really wouldn't recommend you doing anything with that phone. But you guys can, and that's within your will. Like, you can do whatever you want with this phone, but I really wouldn't recommend you putting it in water or leaving it in water for a long period of time. Okay, so since it's a rear firing speaker, it's not always good in most scenarios. Well, to turn off the AC so you guys can hear this, so listen if you like it. And I know she'll be the death of me, at least we'll both be numb. And she'll... What do you mean? When you nod your head yes, but you wanna say no. What do you mean? Hey, yeah. When you don't want me to move, but you tell me to go. What do you... Okay, so let's go on to a different topic. The thing that I love about this phone is the build quality. Not the build materials, but the quality, the way it feels in the hand. It's plastic, I understand, but because it's plastic, it's so light. And after using his phone for like an hour or two, it feels like you've been using his phone for months. That's good and bad for some people. For me, it's good. I'm used to the build, I'm used to where all the buttons are, and it's just a perfect phone for me. I really would like this phone. But for other people, they would like to spice things up with having a phone that takes a while to get used to. But I don't know what's wrong with them. It's just like, it's just, other people and like, the way... It's just like the way they use their phone. Like, I don't care the way they use their phones. I honestly don't. But it's my review. Okay, it's my review, and I would say what I want to say in my review. I don't care what anyone else says. It's my review. Like, I'm gonna say the opinions that I want to say. Okay, okay. Boo! Scared some of you, but so like, just looking at the build of the phone, I can appreciate some things, but I can depreciate some other things, like the way that the phone feels in the hand, the way the phone looks, and you can tell that Samsung was sticking with his guts and knew what they were doing, but clearly they don't. But the phone came out one hell of a phone for a 2015 standard, and if you're wondering what that line is going through the screen, that's the problem with AMOLED screens. So will I recommend this phone as we're ending off the video? Yes, I would. This is probably the best Samsung phone came out there besides the Samsung Galaxy S6. But this is the Samsung Galaxy S5, and I love it. I love it more than my G4. I love it. Will I buy it? Yes. Will I love it? I already said that. Is it a great phone? Of course it is. Like, why wouldn't it be? Like, it's one of the best 2015 phones out there. It's one of the best looking screens out there. It's not the best fingerprint sensor out there, but it's also one of the fastest phones out there compared to today's standards. Like, look, opening settings, oh wait, I'm done. Going back home, oh wait, I'm done. So, better than the G4 in clock speed. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. As you can see, I'm recording this video live. Hey, what's up? So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you want to see more of this video, or more videos like this, feel free to leave a thumbs up while you're at it, and subscribing. So that's it, guys. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video that I record. Peace. Peace.